So I think it's pretty popular today to believe that social media and to some extent the internet is sort of this um, evil or negative influence on society and to view it just as that. And there are very valid arguments to be made for negative effects that it has on society because the technology has adapted much more quickly than our social evolution has been able to adapt. So we, from a sociological and even from a sort of psychological standpoint, don't really understand how to interact with it or don't understand our its effects on us. But that doesn't mean it's always negative. I think it's important to point out that the internet, especially social media, can have some very beneficial effects, especially for resistance, for diverse and marginalized groups. And I mean, one of these things that I see a lot is that people on the internet, on social media, try to educate and inform. And there are wonderful educational videos that you can watch on YouTube or even on TikTok. There are people who do it. Now, you do have to be careful about, who you take your advice and information from. But I mean, there is good information available. Um, Another really important aspect is to create community, or to build community, especially for people who are marginalized or who exist in smaller numbers. Some good examples might be the autistic community or the trans community, that exist in small numbers in our society, small enough numbers that if you live somewhere with a low population, you may not know someone else that is in that community. But thanks to social media and the internet, you can connect with other people. You can realize you're not alone, that other people have the same struggles and battles that you do. You can understand yourself and like for instance, if you're autistic, you can understand yourself and your own behaviors and processes better sometimes by being able to read about other people analyzing their thoughts and processes and so forth. um, it help reading about other people's lives and helps you to sort of understand your own in a way. It lets you know you're not alone. And in the case of resistance, it does all of those things. It educates, it informs, it builds community, and it builds courage. Because when you have information, when you know you're not alone, whether it be a resistance community, an artistic community, or any other community, when you know you're not alone, it builds courage. You can see other people and their actions, how they're living their lives, and being strong and courageous, and let you know that you're not alone, and that alone inspires courage. I'm kind of to. I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired today, so I may have said all of that all wrong, but I hope you take my meaning to heart.